Forget sardines. Yes, you heard that right. For decades, sardines have been celebrated as one of those so-called superfoods that older adults should be eating to keep their muscles strong and their bodies youthful. But let me ask you this. How many people over 50 really enjoy sitting down to a plate of oily sardines? How many of us can honestly say that sardines are the answer to the biggest challenge we face as we get older, losing muscle mass? The truth is, there is another food, far more practical, far more enjoyable, far more powerful at protecting us against the silent thief of strength, known as sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is not a word we hear every day, but if you're over 50, I promise it has already begun working in the background of your life. It is the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that creeps up slowly, year after year, until one day you find yourself struggling to carry groceries, hesitating on a staircase, or avoiding a chair without sturdy arms to push yourself up. And the shocking part? It doesn't just affect your muscles, it affects your independence, your confidence, your ability to enjoy the small pleasures of life. Now, here's the twist. While everyone has been pointing to sardines, the true hero in the fight against sarcopenia is something that's probably already in your kitchen, and it has the potential to rebuild muscle tissue, restore vitality, and quite literally add more healthy years to your life. What is this food? Let's take a journey together to uncover it, not just with science, but with a perspective that speaks directly to our stage of life. Before I reveal the name, let me paint a picture. Think back to when you were in your 20s or 30s. Remember how effortlessly your body responded to a little bit of exercise? A few days at the gym, and suddenly your arms and legs looked firmer. You could walk all day without fatigue. Even after a long day, climbing into bed felt like sinking into well-earned rest, not collapsing from exhaustion. Somewhere along the way, that changed. It wasn't your imagination, and it wasn't just getting older, it was sarcopenia. And for many of us, it starts earlier than we realize. By the time we hit 50, the average person has already lost 10% of their muscle mass compared to their youth. By 70, the number can climb as high as 30 to 40%. That's not just weakness, that's the body literally fading away. And it's why we need to fight back. Now, sardines are often recommended because they're rich in protein. Omega-3 South and vitamin D. But here's the catch. The amount you'd need to eat regularly, combined with the strong taste and smell, makes it impractical for most of us. And that's why so many older adults throw up their hands and think, well, I guess losing muscle is just part of aging. But I'm here to tell you that is not the case. Because the food I'm about to share is more effective, more enjoyable, and far easier to incorporate into your daily routine. So forget sardines. The food that truly builds muscle and slays sarcopenia is the humble, powerful, and versatile Greek yogurt. Surprised? Maybe you were expecting some exotic superfood flown in from the Amazon rainforest. But Greek yogurt, often sitting quietly in your local grocery store, is one of the most underappreciated weapons against age-related muscle decline. Why? Because Greek yogurt delivers exactly what aging muscles crave: high-quality protein, specifically rich in leucine, the amino acid that acts like a switch for muscle synthesis. Think of leucine as the spark plug in your muscle engine. Without it, your body struggles to convert protein into actual muscle tissue. With it, the process becomes efficient, powerful, and restorative. A single cup of Greek yogurt can pack 15 to 20 grams of protein. It's often more than a serving of sardines, and without the fishy aftertaste. And unlike sardines, Greek yogurt can be dressed up, or down it can be sweet or savory, snack or a meal, eaten plain or with fruit and nuts. It's versatile, it's delicious, and it's something you won't dread putting into your body every day. Now, let me break this down in a way that connects with your life. Picture this. You wake up in the morning, your joints a little stiff, your muscles feeling reluctant to get moving. Instead of skipping breakfast or reaching for a bagel that will spike your blood sugar and leave you sluggish, you take a bowl of Greek yogurt, add a handful of berries for antioxidants, sprinkle some walnuts for healthy fats, and maybe a drizzle of honey if you like a touch of sweetness. What you've just created is not only a breakfast that tastes like a treat, but also a meal that delivers the exact building blocks your body needs to fight sarcopenia. This isn't theory, it's science. Studies show that older adults who consume high-quality protein rich in leucine not only maintain more muscle mass, but also improve physical performance, balance, and resilience. In other words, this simple food choice has the power to change how you move through your day. Let's go a little deeper into the science, because I know many of you love to understand the why. Our muscles are not just slabs of meat hanging on our bones. They are living, dynamic tissues constantly breaking down and rebuilding. As we age, the rebuilding process slows down. The technical term is anabolic resistance, which means that older muscles don't respond as efficiently to protein. That's why you can't just eat the same way you did at 30 and expect the same results at 60. You need more of the right kind of protein delivered in a way that maximizes absorption. This is where Greek yogurt shines. It's rich in casein protein, which digests slowly, providing a steady stream of amino acids to your muscles for hours. That slow release is especially valuable for older adults, because it means your muscles have more time to soak up the nutrition and rebuild. Combine that with the high leucine content, and you've got a food that directly counters anabolic resistance. Sardines. They have protein, yes, but not in the same balance. Not with the same digestibility, and certainly not with the same practicality. Some of you might be thinking, but isn't dairy hard to digest as we get older? And that's a fair concern. Many people over 50 develop some level of lactose intolerance. But here's the beauty. Greek yogurt naturally contains far less lactose than regular yogurt or milk, because much of it is strained out during production. Many people who struggle with milk can tolerate Greek yogurt just fine. And if you're one of those who can't, there are lactose-free versions available that still deliver the same muscle-building benefits. The bottom line is that Greek yogurt is accessible to nearly everyone, and it's a solution that actually works. Now, let's step back from the science and talk about what this means for real life. Because at the end of the day, none of us are trying to win bodybuilding competitions. We want to be strong enough to live fully, to pick up our grandchildren without hesitation, to walk through a park without fear of stumbling, to travel and explore without worrying about whether we can carry our own bags. This is about independence. Sarcopenia threatens that independence more than almost anything else in aging. And choosing the right food is one of the simplest, most powerful ways to fight back. Imagine if every person over 50 replaced just one meal a day with a protein-rich option like Greek yogurt. The ripple effects would be enormous: fewer falls, fewer hospital visits, more confidence, more joy. Now, let me share a personal reflection. When I first learned about sarcopenia, I was shocked. I thought, like many people, that getting weaker was just part of aging. But then I began to look closely at my daily habits. I noticed how often I skipped protein in the morning, how often I defaulted to toast or cereal. I started experimenting with Greek yogurt, and within weeks I felt a difference. My energy was steadier. My workouts felt more productive. Even simple things like standing up from a chair felt smoother. It wasn't overnight magic, but it was a clear, tangible improvement. And here's the thing. The more I stuck with it, the more motivated I became to protect my muscles in other ways by adding resistance training, walking more, and being mindful of recovery. One small change unlocked a cascade of better habits. And I believe it can do the same for you. If you're watching this and you're over 50, I want you to pause and think about where you are right now. Do you feel weaker than you did 5 years ago? Do you notice more fatigue, more hesitation when moving around? If so, that's sarcopenia knocking on your door. But you do not have to open it. You have the power today to push back. Start with something as simple as swapping out that sugary breakfast pastry for a bowl of Greek yogurt. Your body will thank you. And if this resonates with you, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment below. Tell me what challenges you've faced with muscle loss, or how you're working to stay strong. And while you're here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I share insights like this regularly. And together, we can build a community of strength and resilience. Now, before we wrap up, let me give you a little twist. I've been talking about Greek yogurt as the star of the show, but the truth is, no single food alone can defeat sarcopenia. It takes a lifestyle: protein, movement, rest, and mindset. But Greek yogurt is the spark, the easy entry point that makes everything else more possible. When you fuel your muscles properly, you feel more energy, and that energy fuels activity. That activity builds more muscle, and suddenly you're not just surviving aging, you're thriving in it.